Hello everybody and welcome back to The Hobby Musician. I realized recently that it has been a long time since I have posted a legitimate practice vlog, and as it just so happens, I am currently working on a few exercises to kind of help me with some of the musical projects I'm involved with, and I thought, what better time than now? So started the camera rolling, and I wanted to capture this just in case this helps you with maybe one of the projects you're working on. Well, there's two main things that I'm trying to stretch myself on at the current moment. Now, I'm a creature of habit, and maybe you are too, and I know one of the things that I have just grown accustomed to is my playing position. When I pick up a bass, my hand naturally wants to go to the neck pickup. That's where the angle of my shoulder, my arm, the wrist kind of hanging over, that's where I feel most comfortable. It kind of doesn't matter what style I'm playing, what song I'm playing, my hand just naturally goes here. However, I know that very specifically some parts and some songs, you need to kind of utilize different playing techniques to achieve the sound that's vital for that piece or that line. So one of the things that I'm trying to force myself to do more is to play around with different playing positions. So specifically, I'm working on some kind of funky pop songs in my other band. So I am really trying to force myself to move and play a little closer to the bridge. When you get down here, the closer you get to where the strings attach in the bridge, so for example, if I were to anchor myself down here, you're gonna get a sharper, poppier sound instead of the kind of warmer, longer sustained notes that you would get playing up here. Now the second thing that I'm working on is, again, I'm a creature of habit. Whenever I'm learning new songs or whenever I'm trying to play something that's a little on the complicated side, I find myself subconsciously trying to find the easiest possible ways of playing it. So if there's a lot of notes, I will do everything in my power to use hammer-ons, pull-offs, pluck a string once and hammer on 3 notes, whatever I can do to make the achieving of the notes easier. And again, there are times and situations that it is very important to kind of go out of your way to actually play every note, because you can get a sound that just doesn't sound the same if you're skipping around or finding kind of shortcuts to play those notes. So the exercise that I'm doing right now, I'm working on both of those things simultaneously, and as it happens, the bass line to Dua Lipa's song Don't Start Now allows me to really focus on both of those things at once. There's fast runs, fast notes on strings, so I have to make sure that I'm playing everything all at the same time, and it's very percussive. The bass line really hits you hard, so by forcing my arm down here, I'm able to work on that. Now before we go any further, before I start showing you kind of the differences in those sounds, I just want to clear the air. Some people are out there already typing in the comments. You're already saying, hey, that record does not have a real bass. There was no bass player on that song. And you're right. The music producer was using plugins and digital versions to create that bass line, but that doesn't stop it from being fantastic, and it doesn't stop us from recreating it here on the bass. So just to give you a quick example of what I mean by that, the playing position, I'm using the bridge pickup here. So already that's going to help with the sound, give it a little punchier, poppy sound. But if I'm using the bridge pickup, but I go to my natural place, the natural place that I want to play, you'll start to hear, I mean, it'll sound like a bass line. So if I just kind of start from the top, so mistakes notwithstanding, you can kind of hear it. There's the sound in there, and I was really trying to play all of those runs with 1, 2, like a pluck per run. So instead, on this run, instead of doing hammer-ons like that, I'm trying to play pluck, pluck, pluck. And you can kind of hear there is that subtle definition, and if you do it through the whole bass line, it really brings some life to it. Now that was all playing it up here. Well, as I said, I'm trying to force myself to get a little uncomfortable. I got to stretch my arm, kind of move my shoulder to a different place. But if I move my hand down here to the bridge pickup and play the same thing, I can get just a few more percent closer to that really kind of accurate, authentic tone that you hear in the record. So something a little closer to this. Now, if you go to the bridge part in the song, it gets a little more ambient and spacey. So after that run, it just comes. And you notice that I move my hand back up to the neck pickup, because if I'm trying to recreate that sound, I'll probably throw on some effects if I was to perform this. But then it makes more sense to move back to the neck pickup so I have kind of that open, more round sound. And then when it comes out of it, gets to the second part of the song, there's some cool extra licks on there, I'll move my hand back to the neck pickup, or to the bridge pickup, excuse me, and then resume kind of that really percussive, trying to pluck every single note to get that poppy sound back here on the bridge. So coming out of that bridge, in the second part, it kind of goes more like this. And right there, you've got it. That's kind of a quick demo on some of the stuff I'm working on right now, those two main factors, trying to intentionally move my hand around to help achieve the tone that I'm looking for, in addition to forcing myself not to take the easy way out. I'm trying to force myself to play every single note, because that's going to bring that extra life to a bass line like this. So I hope you got something out of that. I hope you can take maybe one or two of those little nuggets and incorporate them into the practicing that you're doing for your projects. And as always, thank you so much for watching. And until next time, play on, my friends, play on.